In this video I want to share with you my quilting space. I believe that a lot of quilters struggle with machine quilting simply because they have a bad setup. And so I want to show you my kind of tricks of the trade. I have my Juki set up with these tables so that the sewing machine is on a nice flush surface. And the table in the back is actually a 5-foot, 3-foot wide table with a split down the middle. And it's set up, and it's not exactly flush with the sewing machine table itself, but it's close enough. And then I have a little, it's a 2-foot by 18-inch table on the left side of the sewing machine. And if you'll notice, this whole setup is wedged into a left corner so that the left whole side of the tables and the back of the tables are set up with a wall against them. And that is the trick, and that, in my opinion, is the real key to a good quilting setup, because those walls stop your quilt from flopping off the side of the table and dragging and pulling against you. And you don't want to be fighting your quilt. That's what a lot of quilters are doing because they're working with setups that are way too small. So now I'm going to show you a live video of my quilting area, and I didn't really clean up very much, so I apologize for the mess, but you can kind of see the tables and the bookshelf that I have some bobbins and thread set up on. Of course, I have a trash can and a light and a bin for threads and supplies right next to the sewing machine. That kind of keeps things nice and organized. And when I do feel like cleaning up, I do have a thread rack right there to put thread and bobbins on. One thing I use quite a bit, I have a small pin catcher. It holds one single pin, and that pin I use to hide all the threads whenever I'm quilting. You really want to take the time to hide your threads rather than clip them off, because judges really look at that. I also use a large grab-it magnetic pin cushion for my basting pens, and of course a free motion quilting foot. Can't free motion without it. I also use a Supreme slider. That is a Teflon coated sheet that sets over my sewing machine. It reduces the friction between my quilt and the sewing machine, and of course a pair of scissors. And for more free motion quilting videos, please go to daystyledesigns.com.